Peace, peace, peace. What it is, it's Brother Tavon Sueno, aka the Orthodox Moor, wishing you all peace and blessings. Uh, this evening, I will be quickly bringing to you a debate challenge from the brother Judah Nazareth. Shalom to you, brother man. Uh, Somebody got in my chats in my comments and let me know that Judah went live a couple of days ago and it called out the Yab game and wanted to debate genetics, particularly the haplogroups versus the GPS concept based upon an article that Aaron Elhike put out. Excuse me. And I just want to let everyone know what the content was, what the challenge was, what the basis for all that stuff was, etc. And play it in Judah's own words, and eventually we'll get on and respond, etc. Um, I know a lot of people, gang, weren't even familiar with this, so I'm just putting this out there so everybody can check it out, see what it is, and we can get into the information and whatnot. This ain't a beef, ain't no beef thing and whatnot. We're just talking information and whatnot. So don't get your 90s on and out or whatnot. Uh, I may or may not address stuff on this live because I got a lot on the plate. I may just put this one up and do a part 2 tomorrow. But with that said, I'm gonna drop myself out, let the video play, and with that, fair use, fam.
How several sages created vegetables and other food items for their own consumption, pretty much ex nihilo, by merely uttering some magical formula. Hmm. Okay. Well, okay. How DNA traced the Ashkenazi Jews to northeastern Turkey. Aaron Elhake is a lecturer at the University of Sheffield in the UK. He is interested in population genetics, molecular evolution, paleogenomics, and biogeography. Now, wait a minute. We can beat up on haplogroup people with population genetics. You guys do know that, right? So, if you guys don't know look it up. This is what they do. They find like a certain area population, and they'll test its genetics along with other or whatever, and they can tell where what area you may have stemmed from. Not haplogroup. Population genetics. So haplogroup people gonna have to change their they're dead. Once you start getting into that, they're gonna try to move population genetics. They're gonna try to like replace haplogroup with population genetics. Watch this. Northeastern Turkey has not received much attention from scholars of Jewish history. It was not an area of dispute nor a region known to host famous schools such as the Jewish academies in Babylon, where the Talmud was written. Do I need to read that again, or did y'all hear that? Anybody? Maybe y'all can't hear me. Hold on, my mic.
My bad.
No, you good? Yeah, we heard it.
Yeah,
all right, Mike. Good. Okay. Northern Turkey, right? It was not an area of dispute nor a region known to host famous schools such as the Jewish academies, yeshivas, in Babylon, where the Talmud was written. Rabbi Akiva, let's keep it going. But genetics can trace back to 1,500 years. I'm sorry, watch this. This is population genetics, not haplogroup. But genetics can now track DNA 1,500 years into the past. 1,500 years only. Not trace your haplogroup back thousands of years. Oh, man. Brother. No, bro. This is population genetics. Watch this. But genetics can now trace DNA 1,500 years in the past. Just geographical population structure, right? GPS technology, not haplogroups. Listen. This accuracy was made possible with geographical population structure, GPS technology, which we all have in our cars, which works in a similar way to SatNav geolocation system and uses DNA instead of satellites to predict the most recent geographical origins of a DNA sample. To study the hello?
No, you good. I was reading along.
Okay. To study the geographical origins of Yiddish, the native language of Ashkenazic Jews, my lab at the University of Sheffield has applied this GPS technology to the DNA of Ashkenazic Jews. Surprisingly, the results led us to northeastern Turkey, a finding that contradicts the Orthodox view that Ashkenazic Jewry emerged in Germany. Our continued research revealed that the ancestry of nearly all Ashkenazic Jews could be traced to four ancient villages with remarkable names: Iskenaz or Eskenaz, or Eskenez or Eskins, Ashkenaz or Ashkuz, 30 BCE to 140 Christian era. These names might be derived from the word Ashkenaz and are unique to northeastern Turkey. There are no other such place names anywhere in the world. However, this area has a rich history. Watch this. Until the 1st century BCE, the region was part of the Greek kingdom of Pontus. Does anybody have that? Remember that one thing in I think it's Zechariah where it says they should fly upon the Greeks?
What chapter is Zechariah?
That might either be 14, either Zechariah 12 or 14. It could be Zechariah 12, 13, or 14.
Do you happen to remember the verse?
Well, you know what? I'll type it up here. Hold on. They shall fly upon the children of the Greeks. Should come up. Isaiah 11 and 14. Let's pull that up.
That's Isaiah 11 and 14?
You know what? No. Remember that one thing where Mexican Israelite was trying to say? He was saying, you guys sold us to the Greeks.
Oh, you're talking about Joel.
Yeah, Joel.
I think that's chapter 3. In some translations, it's chapter 3, and others, it's chapter 4.
Okay, I'll grab it.
You said Joel?
It was like the district, it was like something like the district of Philistia.
Joel 870. Yeah, you know what's crazy? That verse right there in Joel, it actually, when it shows that the Philistines sold Israel to the Grecians, that happened in first Mac. Watch. Yeah. Let me just read it real quick. I know you're trying to talk about something. I just want to mention this. It's in First Maccabees. In one part, I think it's in chapter 8, and I'm reading from this Jewish annotated apocrypha. It's a different translation. I think it's in my opinion, I like it. It's the best translation in my opinion. But it reads here, chapter 8 of the book of First Maccabees, and I'm gonna start at verse 17, right? And it reads: So Judas chose Eupolemus, son of John, son of Achos, and Jason, son of Eleazar, and sent them to Rome to establish friendship and alliance, and to free themselves from the yoke, for they saw that the kingdom of the Greeks was enslaving Israel completely. And there's one more. Where the hell is it at? I think it's further. What the hell? Oh, right here. Okay, and this is in First Maccabees, chapter 3, I think, and it starts from verse 38 and finishes at verse 41. But I'm not going to read all that. I'm just going to read verse 41 where it reads this: When the traders of the region heard what was said to them, they took silver and gold in immense amounts and fetters, and went to the camp to get the Israelites for slaves, and forces from Syria and the land of the Philistines joined with them. So you see the Philistines taking Israel as slaves. And you see in Joel, it said that the Philistines sold Israel as slaves to the Greeks. So and that just shows, oh boy, that would say anything talking about the Greeks didn't go to Israel. He tripping.
Yeah, it's Joel 4. It's Joel 4.
Starting at verse 4.
Yeah, I start from 4. It said, "Also, what are you to me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the districts of Philistia?
are you paying requital to me? And if you are requiting me swiftly and soon will I return your requital upon your head. For you have taken my silver and my gold, and you have brought my desirable and good possessions to your palaces. And you sold the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem to the children of the Greeks in order to distance them from their border.
Mm. And can you read also Zechariah 9 and start at 13? Because I think this might be an end time prophecy. Can you get that real quick? Zechariah 9 and 13. This has to be Zechariah 9:13 will be is a end time prophecy when we get back into the land.
You said Zechariah 9?
Yes.
Zechariah 9 verse 13. It says for I will bend Judah as a bow for me, and I will fill the hand of Ephraim with the bow, and I will stir up your children, O Zion, against your children, O Greece, and I will make you like the sword of a warrior.
Remember, so this is Judah and Ephraim, so that both tribes are going to go against the Greeks. Is there more?
And it says, Yahweh will imprison them, and his arrow will go forth like the lightning, and then Yahweh will blow with the shofar and go forth in the southern tempest. And then it says, Yahweh, master of legions, will protect them, and they will devour and conquer the stones of the slingshot. It says, they will drink and be boisterous as from wine, and they will be filled up like a bowl and like the corners of the altar. Yahweh, their God, will save his people like sheep on that day, for the stones of the crown will be exalted on his land. How goodly and how beautiful will be the grain of young men and wine that will make maidens sing.
So this is clearly this is a future event, and this is also your Zechariah chapter 14. It's calling Edom. Remember, somebody was like the Kittim are the Romans, but in the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Kittim was referring to the Greeks.
Yeah.
Then later on, it goes to Rome. But if you see, it's also calling them Edom. It's calling them the Greeks. Because you had the Greeks and the Phoenicians. Like Phoenicia, literally is the Greek word, but but they were like Canaanites mixed with Greeks.
Yeah. What was it? The Joel 4. It said Tyre and Zidon, which I mean that was the Canaanites who mixed with the Greeks.
Thank you. Right now, watch this. Until the 1st century BCE, this is the Turkey part, right? The 1st century BCE, the region was of the Greek kingdom of Pontus. It had been established by Greek settlers in the early 1st millennium. At that time, Iranian Jews were the largest Jewish community in the world. They held a monopoly on trading on the Silk Roads and were known to Judaize the people they encountered. Is that talking about Israelites or another people?
And they'll be talking about. I'll say, what are you talking about? Oh, wait.
Look, at that time, Iranian Jews were the largest Jewish community in the world.
Oh, that's talking about another people.
Another people. Watch this. They held a monopoly on trading on the Silk Roads and were known to Judaize the people they encountered. When did we ever Judaize? They had to come to our land and sojourn with us. Not in another land Judaizing people. But hold on, watch this. Now, Iran is also called Iran are Japhites, but you clearly see, right? There's some intermixing going on here. Watch this. Japhite and Edom. Traces of Iranian conversion of the Ashkenazic population can be found in the genetic similarity of the two populations. Let me read it again, y'all. Traces of the Iranian conversion of the Ashkenazic population can be found in the genetic similarity of the two populations. The residues of Iranian in Yiddish and by certain genetic disorders common to Iranian and Ashkenazic people today, which is crucial importance to medical research. These findings are of great interest to historians, geneticists, linguists, and a large community of genealogists. Now, I'm not a genealogist, but what is this? What is this paragraph saying here to you guys?
Oh, it said traces of Iranian conversion of the Ashkenazic population can be found in basically two populations. It says,
Thank you.
right? It says the residue Iranian Yiddish, and then it says genetic disorders common to Iranian and Ashkenazi people today. I guess they like comparing it, and it says but yeah, it said the conversion of Ashkenazi population can be found in two populations. Uh, uh, residue of Iranian Yiddish.
Now look at this. Let's go back to the first thing. Divya, read this here. This is not talking about Israelites, but can you read that, the highlighted part?
It says, at that time, Iranian Jews were the largest Jewish community in the world. They held a monopoly on trading on the Silk Roads and were known to Judaize the people they encountered.
So Iranian Jews who are right, they, we don't know whether they were Japhite or Edomites, but they were definitely living in Iran, right? And remember, it said the region was a part of the Greek kingdom of Pontus, and it had been established by Greek settlers in the early first millennium. All right, so you clearly see here Greeks, possibly these Iranian, and Ashkenazic. There's some mixing going on here, because you can clearly see it said what? Genetic similarity of and certain genetic disorders common to Iranian and Ashkenazic people today. Okay, watch this. But genealogy was not a pop hobby. It was not until the early civil rights movement of the late 19th century that non-elites began researching their ancestry and celebrating their newly found identities. Before then, genealogy had been something elites used to legitimize or legitimate political rule. Watch this. We don't want to read all this. Hold on. Watch this. You can read how it works here. Genetic to paternal haplogroups, each prevalent in different parts of the world. However, these haplogroups allow for only imprecise chronological placement or for wait. Somebody read this here, because we're going to go by geographic genealogy as opposed to haplogroups. Can you read that, brother? Somebody?
It says genetic tools for genealogical research. And initially consisted of classifying individuals into paternal and maternal haplogroups, each prevalent in a different part of the world, or Western Europe, or Oceania. However, these haplogroups allow for only very imprecise chronological placement or identification within the past 2,000 to 20,000 years, which wasn't accurate. By 2003, new genetic genotyping technology enabled a newly comprehensive and affordable analysis. This new technique drew on the remaining 22 chromosomes called autosomal, which reveal a great deal more information than techniques based only on haplogroups.
So, which is a superior genetic?
What was this? The GPS.
The GPS is way more precise than haplogroups.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Devion.
It says analysis based on autosomal characteristics tell us more about the genome, allowing broader and more specific inferences of the past. Compromising of more than 90% of our genomes, autosomal chromosomes enable major advances in genealogical research. Since they are inherited from both parents, they also preserve their genetic signatures, allowing us to learn about our family genetic history.
So basically, what did it say? This is like what, 1,200 years? It only goes back to like 1,200 years, right? Let me see. Where was that?
I think it's at the top. The very
okay, 1,500 years, right? So but it still said that this is still more precise than haplogroups. Remember, it said genetic tools for genealogical at the top. Genetic tools for genealogical research initially, like before, consisted of classifying individuals into paternal and maternal haplogroups, each prevalent in a different part of the world. However, these haplogroups allow for only very imprecise chronological placement or identification within the past 2,000 to 20,000 years. By 2003, new genetic genotyping technology enabled a newly comprehensive and affordable analysis. This new technique drew on the remaining 22 chromosomes called autosomal, which reveal a great deal more information than techniques based only on haplogroups. So, like, come on, bro. Now, I want to see the Yap gang. Keep that same energy, bro. Keep it. This is more precise, and it goes back to only 1,500 years. You can't tell your origin through haplogroups, as I keep telling you, but people act like they don't understand. Now we're going to kick you off in your tail with this GPS DNA, but it's only 1,500 years. Hold on. All this on. Watch this. But can GPS help generate new knowledge? Can it illuminate the history of past cultures and languages? In 2016, we attempted to answer this question by applying GPS to the genomes of nearly 400 Ashkenazi Jews. Half of them came from families who speak solely Yiddish. The language is at least 1,100 years old. Even after centuries of research, wait, 1,100 years old, but y'all do realize that's the Christian era, right? Well, Christianity is older than 1,100 years old. It's kind of like the rabbinic Judaism is not that old either. Neither is this. There you go. Okay. Let's keep it going. The Yiddish language is only 1,100 years old. Even after centuries of research, its geographic origins remain uncertain. But since geography and genetics are connected with language, as evidenced by GPS, we surmise that predicting the origin of Yiddish-speaking Ashkenazic Jews would also indicate where Yiddish originated. Linguistic studies had pointed at either Germany or Western Khazarian Empire in modern-day Ukraine as potential points of origins. Western what?
Khazarian.
Middle East.
Say Western Khazarian.
Afro-Asiatic.
At either Germany or Western Khazarian in modern-day Ukraine.
Wait. Is that Afro-Asiatic?
No.
Oh, okay. Let's keep it going. All right. Our research, however, led us to conclude that the origin of the Ashkenazic DNA signature derives from the encounter of Iranian Jews, Greeks, and other people in northeastern Turkey. Well, at that point, I'm going to stop right there. Okay, all right, even.
Yo.
Wow.
It said Germany, Western Khazarian, Western Khazarian Empire, which would be modern day Ukraine.
Oh, don't forget the Greeks.
Oh yeah, the Greeks too.
The Greeks. well, just plays again though. That's what I'm saying. We really can't say that because they're not really saying. Well, some people are trying to imply that, but these people who are writing this are Jewish geneticists. They're saying like, yo, like we come from Ukraine and the Greeks and Iranian Jews and like Yiddish is 1,100 years old and it's hey, I mean, man, shout out to the Jewish community. Why does it only go back as far as the small hats converted? It's a very, very good question. So yeah, that was 3,000 years ago. 1,100 years ago, bro. It's not 3,000, brother, but okay. Mystical Order of Israel said Israelites were living in Iran, known at that time called Persia, since the Babylonian exile, which the whole book of Esther is based on. Okay. They're still trying to connect us to other people. You're not going to get you're not going to get a Negro away from other people. You're not going to get them away from pork. You're not going to get them away from Christmas, Christianity, or Judaism. You're not going to get a Negro off of that. It's simply not going to happen. They're just not going to listen to you. What? Our own thing? I'm a Pan-Africanist. Same thing. Laban said, yep, it makes perfect sense. That region is in the historic Ashkenazic region, and that's exactly where their DNA goes back to. Thank you. Laban said, they also cluster heavily with both Italians and Greeks. I had another source on that too. Italians are who? Romans.
Yep.
Right? That's Rome. Romans, Greeks, bro. This is the Deacon even brings up this family of Jewish converts from Italy called the he always talks about it. They're called the Colonus family, I think.
I'm not
Colonus.
sure. I'm not sure.
D-Red said, I got a source for the autosomal DNA of the Jews. Just basically all facts, Judah, whatever fits their narrative. I mean, yes. What are Sicilians? Some of them are Israelites, or a lot of them are Israelites, or Moors, or there's some mixed with Ham, but some are Israelites. Some are Edom. You know what I'm saying? Wait. The Colonus family, real quick. Because I'm trying to close this out.
Are you talking about Colonimus?
Colonimus. Do you know how to spell that?
Kalonynus. I might be correct, might not be. But look, I think it's Colonimus. Yeah, there's no I. I think it's the I. Where there's the I, it's a Y. But I put the link for the that debate channel. Put it in the private chat here.
Okay. Let me show that real quick.
Yeah. So the call out came in 2 parts, family. So let me go ahead and play the second part right quick. And shout out to D-Red. I saw that D-Red jumped on to try to clear up some of the information that went on, the misinformation was going on. And I'm not saying Judah was purposely trying to defraud the people. I mean, that D-Red was trying to clear what he thought was information that Judah said that was incorrect, that Judah didn't understand was incorrect. So with that, let me go ahead and share part 2 right quick. Long conversation and whatnot. This is going to be somewhere around half hour. One. Close this out. Make it easier on myself because I got a million tabs open. But as you can see, my man's read some information from Aaron Elhike, and is now back in the autosomal route. Here we go.
That's just how it goes. Nedekov said, Judah, that Chinese scientist that tried to prove Chinese were special and proved they came from Africa. I know, I saw that a couple of days ago. But I've been proved that. They're cyanites. Laban said, he said, Aaron Elhike's GPS gene sequencing can't work without the STR and SNP marker sequencing, which is how you even get a haplogroup. Okay, but what did he say, though? He said that haplogroup stuff is the old way, and that it's imprecise, even compared to the new GPS gene sequencing. So now hold on. Now what I'm saying is, Jashub from the Yap Gang, Orthodox Moor, Afro-Asiatic, y'all can't move to GPS gene sequencing now because y'all changed up y'all whole narrative. Y'all are going by haplogroups only, so y'all got to stick with that. We are using GPS gene sequencing. Once we start not mastering it, but we get more known in that, we're going to have a debate. Whose science is more precise? Haplogroups or GPS gene sequencing? We're going to get it because I brought it out. I showed you. Y'all know Torah nights. We do our due diligence. We're going to be on it. and we don't want to see y'all change y'all doctrine. Y'all have to go against GPS gene sequencing. You can't merge it because y'all. That's like trying to merge the Torah with Talmud and Christianity, bro. Stop. I'll pull the article up again. I'm about to get the new video going. But you heard what that guy said. He said the haplogroup stuff was the old way. Am I lying, Devion?
No, that's what he said. He said it wasn't accurate and it was like imprecise. And the GPS. I mean, you can pull it back up.
I'll pull it back up. Yeah. Then just put the Torah down once they started to use science to prove we Israelites. Yeah, I know that's weird. I even heard Afro-Asiatics say genetics over genealogy. I'm like, what?
That doesn't even make sense. My bad. I just have to say that doesn't even make sense considering the prefix to genealogy is gene, which goes into genetics.
Yeah, and even in haplogroups, it said it took from like the maternal and the paternal. But the GPS took from the paternal and the maternal too, and they have accurate reading or more accurate as far as back as 1,500 years.
Yes, 1,500 years. Not trying to find your origin from freaking thousands of years ago. Hold on, let me find the one more time. Hold on, let me get to the second.
Israel Young Lion's he's not lying though. Like they did put the Torah down and start using genetics.
Yeah, they do. I'll never see Jashub ever reading the Torah. He's always talking about haplogroup.
Yep. For like the last 3 years.
See?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Genesis 49ers?
Yep.
Yep. He used to be called the Scholastic Bully or whatever. But now I'm like, bro, you're just using genetics now.
Right, and haplogroups at that. Wait. Where was that? Hold on, I gotta find it again. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Where did I find that? I forgot what it was called. Hold
on. What was the GPS autosomal DNA? D-Red put it.
Yeah, it was a oh wait, scientist. Oh, okay, I think I found it. It's something to do with Turkey, I think.
Oh. Yeah. It did.
All right, watch this.
It was saying they came from Germany, Western Khazarian Empire, and modern day Ukraine.
Right.
Well, which would be modern day Ukraine.
But so that beats up the whole why Adolf Hitler and Albert Einstein and Nicolas Cage from Ghost Rider, why they have haplogroup. Like, bro, stop. They're not so-called Negroes, and why you have Hamites with like, bro, stop. Yeah. Like, if you're just gonna leave, you're just gonna just rely on that only. Nah, bro. Let me get to the point. Look, Israeli-born geneticists believe the Turkish villages of Ashkenaz were part of the original homeland for Ashkenazic Jews, which was Greco, Iranian Jewish, Germany, and Ukraine. Hold on, let me get that. Right? Hold on. New research suggests that the mostly Jewish population of Northern and Eastern Europe, normally known as Ashkenazi Jews, are the descendants of Greeks. Let me read it again. It's not solely from haplogroups. Hold on. New research suggests that most of the Jewish population of Northern and Eastern Europe, normally known as Ashkenazi Jews, are the descendants of Greeks, Iranians, and others who colonized what is now northern Turkey more than 2,000 years ago and were then converted to Judaism, probably in the 1st centuries AD by Jews from Persia. At that stage, the Persian Empire was home to the largest Jewish community. So on. According to research carried out by geneticist Dr. Aaron Elhick of the University of Sheffield, over 90% of the Ashkenazic ancestors come from that converted, partially Greek originating ancient community in northeastern Turkey. Greeks, bro. Eat them. You gotta stop playing. Let's keep it going. Hold on. Let's get to it. Hold on. Mm, okay. Okay. Let's get the Khazar Empire. Okay, wait, where is it? Is it still one? Yeah, I think it is. Wait.
Because it didn't say nothing about the GPS.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah. Let me get another one. Hold on.
But still, that's another source.
Yeah, another source. Hi, my Greek friends. You know, shout out to the Greeks. Wait. But it's still geographical GPS gene sequencing.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, let's get that. Let me see. Bear with me. How DNA is this it? Wait. Maybe this is it.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Okay, this is the one. All right, let's get to the. All right. First off, just to show you, GPS technology only can trace you back to 1,500 years. But genetics can now trace can track DNA 1,500 years in the past, not haplogroups, with village-level geographical accuracy. This accuracy was made possible with geographical population structure, GPS technology, which works in a similar way to the SatNav geolocation system and uses DNA instead of satellites to predict the most recent geographical origins of a DNA sample. Right? As you can see, Ashkenazi Jewry from emerged from Germany, Turkey, the Greeks, so forth and so on. Hold on. I'm trying to get to where it said. All right, you can see here. It said it started with the Greeks, right? Iranians who are Japheth. Hold on. All right, here we go. Devin, can you read that, brother? Hold on.
Yeah. It says genetic tools for genealogical research initially consisted of classifying individuals into paternal and maternal haplogroups, each prevalent in a different part of the world, Western Europe or Oceania. However, these haplogroups.
Stop. Wait, stop. Because if you read that, they're going to say, see. Read it again.
Yeah, it says genetic tools for genealogical research initially consisted of classifying individuals into paternal and maternal haplogroups, each prevalent in a different way in a different part of the world, Western Europe or Oceania. Right, but it said initially, which means
initially. But what's going on now? Go ahead.
It says, however, these haplogroups allow for only very imprecise chronological placement or identification within the past 2,000 to 20,000 years. Right.
Wait, what does imprecise mean?
Not accurate.
We got a problem.
Yeah,
there's a problem, Houston. Okay, bro.
Right, but it said only allowed for only very imprecise.
Wow. Very imprecise, but like very inaccurate.
Right.
Okay, brother.
It says by 2003, new genetic genotyping technology enabled a newly comprehensive and affordable analysis. This new technique drew on the remaining 22 chromosomes called autosomal, which reveal a great deal more information than techniques based only on haplogroups.
Wait, say that again. Read that again, bro.
It says this new technique drew on the remaining 22 chromosomes called autosomal, which reveal a great deal more information. So it gives more information than techniques based only on haplogroups.
Keep going.
It says analysis based on autosomal characteristics tell us more about the genome, allowing broader and more specific inferences of the past.
Wait a minute. Well, might as well finish off this paragraph there, Devion.
It says compromising of more than 90% of our genome, autosomal chromosomes enable major advances in genealogical research. right? Since they are inherited from both parents, they also preserve the genetic signatures, allowing us to learn about our family genetic history.
Wait, so this is not a very imprecise procedure like haplogroups. This gives you more information, it's saying.
If you was to compare the two, a haplogroup to lose.
Okay. Wait, let me go to the chat. Watch. Watch. They're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna have to incorporate GPS now into our haplogroup thing. Oh, here we go. Here comes Kazakh. Here you go to defend this old style of entertainment, haplogroup entertainment. Gene, watch this. Here we go. The sermon. I gotta teach the second lesson. Hold on, y'all. Come on, Kazakh. Come on and defend the old way. They don't give no information. That's entertainment. Remember, we already been through this. Kazakh loves to teach the mythology. Come on, bro.
Jeremiah, remember you debated Aaron. Did you debate him on Negro only? Was that the topic?
Who? Kazakh?
No, when Jeremiah debated Aaron.
Oh, they didn't even have that because Aaron be running, so I don't know.
It was I think it was one debate they had, and it was judges, and Zion was like, "What did Zion say that Hitler was a
Negro?"
Yeah, he did because he was some type of haplogroup,
right?
Like, bro,
he's not the only one. And when you hit him, they'd be like, "Oh, there's mutations, bro." Oh, so wait a minute, so they're mutants now, so they're part of the X-Men.
Zion was like, "Zion say that Hitler was."
Turn it down, bro. You got like
Negro. Yeah, he did.
No, just turn it down, Kazakh. Yeah, we understand that, but Hitler ain't no Negro, and you got people who are not Israelites with a E haplogroup. So it's just a broad, And if you look it up, I already looked it up. D-Red said, "I don't know science." As soon as this came out, I was like, bro, like first off, how do you even come to the conclusion? It says through migration, climate, wars, this, that, and the other is how you get your haplogroup. Nothing to do with the origin of where you come from. Nothing to do with it. And this is why, and I know science because I already know this GPS sequencing thing is. Just break it down slowly if y'all don't understand. This is what it means. If they study a village and a village's origins and everybody that lived there, their course is going to be mixing and marriages and certain other things, right? And so through the sequencing, they can determine who lived where at a certain point in time within a 1,500 year period. That's the simplest way to break it down. Not, Adolf Hitler, he had the same haplogroup as the so-called Negro, but there's mutations. So did his whole family have E haplogroup, or was it just him? So basically, he was a German Jewish guy that was in Christianity. So, that was E. They always got an answer when they get trapped. Here we got D-Red. Come on, y'all. Don't remix y'all's doctrine.
I just want you to say, man, you don't know, man. You don't understand. Like I said, you think people just base it off haplogroup. That's not how it works. And that's what I'm saying. If I say you don't really know what we're talking about, you got to use autosomal DNA, the GPS population structure. I've been dealing with error. So you don't know, like you think this stuff is new to you. New to you, but we already been studying this stuff, bro. We already understand how the geographic population structure. We already been on that, bro. The only thing is we teach it from a different perspective. So we understand haplogroup clusters. So we use haplogroup clusters to explain Shem, Ham, and Japheth. We use haplogroup DE because it's three haplogroup clusters. Haplogroups A and B are a cluster. We find them the oldest haplogroups in Africa are haplogroups A and B. We use those to say that those are Ham. DE, those are Shem, because those are people who usually speak the Shemitic languages and carry Semitic language culture. Then we use a haplogroup plus the CT, which when we talk about the Greeks, you know what I'm saying, migrating to this particular area, the Greeks carry haplogroup J. You know what I'm saying? And where do you find haplogroup J? Haplogroup J originated where? In Georgia. So that's in the south, that's in northeastern Turkey, where exactly the exact same place you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? The exact same place you're talking about, these Ashkenazis come from, is the exact same place we're saying that they come from. If you understand how to put genetics together in totality, not just focus on we talk about haplogroups because people don't understand them. So when we have a scientific conversation, our people can be scientific, but that's not the totality of what we talk about. We got a whole scientific model that we're writing papers on so we can get stuff peer reviewed. Where we actually use a material culture. We even know the group that actually brought haplogroup J into the Levant. It's a group of people called the Hurrians. Those people are Indo-European speakers. So even the people that the Ashkenazi Jews say that they come from, we tell them that they're not even, they don't come from there. When we was battling them Jews, y'all wasn't around. We was battling them dudes. Telling them where they come from, telling where they originate from, taking the truth. They rabbis and everything. So what I'm trying to say is y'all don't fully understand it. So y'all, and I'm happy that y'all getting into it. But yeah, we familiar with Elhike's work. We did whole shows on it. So you're not saying nothing new, bro. It's just how we're trying to compartmentalize it and break it down one thing at a time. One thing at a time, because our people don't understand it yet. That's all. Y'all just taking it because we talk about haplogroups and we call ourselves Yap Gang because Yap Gang is a Yap is a component within the haplogroup that's strictly for people who practice Semitic language and culture, the people that brought pastoralism and agriculture into Africa. So that's why we talk about Yap. It's just a particular allele. That's why we talk about it's not about the haplogroup, it's about the allele. So yes, if you put it this way, if sort of marries a Japanese dude, you know what I'm saying, and then her kids marry a Japanese dude, and her kids marry a Japanese dude, they not gonna look black, right? They would look Japanese. So that's how. But your maternal haplogroup follows you no matter who you marry. Her maternal haplogroup is gonna follow her. So you know what I'm saying? Regardless of who she married, some maternal haplogroup is gonna go with her. Just like a male, we always say you are what your father is. If Ronda Rousey is a prime example, her grandfather is a black man, but she looked like a white woman. You see what I'm saying? But so the maternal, her paternal, her father's DNA still gonna go with her though. So we use that because Israelites said that you are what your father is. So that's why we just try to use haplogroup because it's easy, a simple way to break genetics down to the average person. That's all.
Well, I have two questions, D-Red. How come you guys who study the haplogroup things, you guys are never uniform in your conclusions? Afro-Asiatic never agrees with Orthodox Moor. Orthodox Moor never agrees with Jashub. Like the doctrine is always different. And I'm always like, so like, what's going on here? How come y'all's doctrine is always different, even though y'all studying the same thing?
Well, Orthodox Moor, he had gang. But we study different stuff. It's like my focus be on material culture. So what I try to focus on is I bring the material culture to the conversation. So meaning with material culture. So when we go to West Africa, right? Let's go to West Africa. You know what I'm saying? And you try to find vestiges because a person that's anti-Israelite was going to ask you, show me Israelite culture in West Africa, right? That's what they're going to ask you. Well, I'm going to take you to the Note culture. The Note culture is the oldest civilization we find in West Africa. And I'm going to teach you, I'm going to talk about the terracotta statues and equestrian statues and art that we found in West Africa. But what is terracotta? Terracotta is a Near Eastern or Levantine art form. I'm going to talk to them about the melons that we found, the chicken bones. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to teach them about the glass beads, the cowrie shells that you find. All of these are vestiges that you find in the Levant. You see what I'm saying? So what we do is we meld material culture with the genetics and we bring it together. We're doing exactly what Elhike doing. He's using material culture, he's using linguistics, and he's using genetics. We're doing the exact same thing. We're just doing it because people don't know genetics. People don't even know. If you ask a person material culture, what is it? They don't know what that is. So we have got to take people. We got to slow walk people. We can't just bombard you with all this genetic terms. Most people don't even know what best parsimonious explanation means. And that's what all genetics is. They use the best parsimonious explanation.
I understand that, but like Nadaka said, we never heard not one person ever speak of geolocation genetic sequencing. Like never. This argument is never even brought up the term. Never. Not one person ever talked about GPS gene sequencing.
But I'm explaining it to you now. We don't have to talk about that particular thing when we're using the exact same format. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't have to say GPS. I don't have to say that if I'm using the exact same methodology, the same exact format that he's using, template that he's using, we're using it. Exact same thing. We're cross-referencing genetics with material culture and seeing where everything comes from. We're using the same methodology.
But that genealogist said that your guy's style is the old way, and that was imprecise.
Well, but it's the old way if you're just using haplogroups, and that's it. He's right. That's why I just said we're using material culture. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at everything. We're not just looking at just your haplogroup and that's it. That's the only thing that defines just your haplogroup. No, that's not it. You got people that's haplogroup that ain't Israelite. That's not just it. That's not it. There's other things that we need in these conversations, especially when you're talking to somebody that don't believe that you're Israelite. What are you going to use if you're dealing with a person that's saying you're not Israelite? What are you going to use to prove it? The Bible? They don't believe in the Bible. So what else you got? You gonna say the 70 AD that you came out of that million? That ain't gonna get it because you're not gonna find a culture in 70 AD. What are you gonna use?
Epigenetics, psychology.
That's not psychology is not an exact science either. Epigenetics is new, so that's not an exact science.
Wait, psychology.
Psychology can't prove that you're Israelite.
D-Red,
you can't prove that you're Israelite.
D-Red, do you know when like a animal does something or whatever, it like learns it from the previous animals that were doing that? That's epigenetics. It's information in genetic.
I know. Right? It's trauma. It's basically trauma and other things that's passed down genetically. I understand what the epigenetics is, right? But it can't prove that you're Israelite. It can show that you went through trauma. It can show that trauma's passed down. We understand that. But I'm asking you, how can you put, if a person that don't believe in the Bible asks you to prove that you're Israelite, you know what I'm saying? What are you going to use to prove it?
Watch. I'm trying to explain. Psychology is the highest science. You said it's an imperfect or not. What do you mean? The human spirit is perfect. It comes from God. The Torah says that in the last days.
Again, see, I just said, don't use the Bible. Because if you're talking to a person that don't believe the Bible is not a source to them.
Right, but they can get beat because the Bible is a primary source.
But they don't believe it. So you can use it, but you're not going to be convincing that person of anything.
I mean, yeah, but that's like a person using haplogroups to us. That's foolishness.
But again, we structured our argument to deal with people who don't believe in the Bible. See, that's what I'm trying to explain. You don't know how to deal with a person that don't believe in the Bible. You think just saying that something about the Bible, they're going to say, I don't care about that. That ain't a source to me. Show me a primary source.
No, I know what you're saying, but that same counter argument is if you start to use haplogroups, I'm not going to be like, well, wait a minute. It says here this is for entertainment purposes only, and that you can't use this to determine where someone's origin is. Now, what you said about linguistics and things like that, okay, that's a whole other argument. I don't have a problem with that. But give some people that rely on haplogroups only, and that's all they even put the scriptures down. Let me finish. They put the scriptures down to rely solely on haplogroups. We're talking about those people. So now we have
that's stupid. That's stupid.
They're gonna have to remix their whole doctrine against people who are going to get. There's some people are going to be like, wait a minute, GPS gene sequencing. they're going to go and study that to the core just to combat the haplogroup people who rely on that solely, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Now, if a person is trying to use haplogroups only, yeah, that's dumb. You can't use haplogroups only. You know what I'm saying? Because haplogroups only don't tell you the whole story. It don't tell you the whole story. Because again, if you don't even know the alleles within the haplogroups, then you just talking about haplogroup E, when haplogroup E by itself don't prove anything.
No, I hear you. I agree with
You
you.
see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Haplogroup, just the haplogroup E don't mean anything. Now, the only thing you can prove it would haplogroup E by itself without the Yap allele is that, okay, you brought agriculture and pastoralism into Africa. Okay. Next. That don't mean that you're Israelite.
There are some things you guys bring out in the haplogroup stuff where I'm like I forgot, somebody got their head chopped off intellectually. Zaya came on and brought out the you were here, D-Red, when he brought out the E marker and the linguistics, the Afro-Asiatic linguistic branch.
Mm-hmm.
Now that makes sense. But I'm somehow, right? That's a sensible. I'm sure nobody, even your most ardent or whatever, would be like, you know what? Okay, I can't really argue with that. But some people, I know, like Brother Jashub, I don't even see him pick up the Bible anymore, like at all. Like, but look,
that's something he do. Like I said, I talk to him on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something he do with his family. Like he don't have to do that on the internet. For what? He not on the internet for that. He's on the internet. He wants to teach people science because he was in a camp.
No, I understand.
He was in IUIC, and he realized how scientifically illiterate they were when he was there. So he wants to use his platform to teach science and methodology, so people don't go through what he went through. So it's not a. He don't. Everybody don't. That's not everybody. Like this. This is something. All of Israel got this bad. We think whatever my mission is, that got to be your mission. You see what I'm saying? So if a person is, that's what I was saying in the chat. ISUBK, I know for a fact they got that. ISUBK Houston, they bought farmland. You can go to them. They got cows, and you can get raw milk, raw honey. You can do all this. They got that stuff. I mean, I don't know about other branches where what's going on in other places, but I know they got GED programs.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? No, for any brother can go to that. They got food programs where if you say, "Hey man, I'm hungry," they will come and deliver groceries to your house. You don't got to be an ISUBK to get that.
Man, come on, D-Red.
I'm telling what I know. I'm telling what I know. Now, I can't speak to IUIC because I don't know nobody in IUIC in Houston, but I can definitely speak for ISUBK.
But what other doctrine is? But listen, why is their doctrine is the ISUBK is not affiliated with any other Israelite group? That means they're not national.
But guess what that means? That means that because they was getting when that shit was happening about.
Shout out to D-Red for jumping on and trying to clear up some stuff and whatnot. Very, very much appreciated. One small caveat is we don't do the same exact thing as Ariel Hike. What he's saying is like what's similar in our methodologies is that we use haplogroups, we use autosomal DNA, and we use material culture. So we don't use the exact same methodology. We use similar methodology. Just a small caveat. But to be clear, I want to say shout out to Judah for embracing a methodology. I don't necessarily agree with the methodology, but I appreciate him for embracing it and saying, "Hey, no, I believe this structure and this model works, etc., etc., etc." He wants to debate that structure or that model versus how we use DNA, etc., in our model, whatnot. No issue. I'm sure we could definitely sit down, have that conversation, have that dialogue, have that debate. Something I would be curious to understand is where is it that you think that Yeshub and I differ on DNA? I'll be very curious to understand that. because that wasn't something that was clarified. I would greatly appreciate you clarifying that one for me, Judith. Because me and Yashub actually, like, so out of everybody in Yap Gang, I agree with Yashub the most. We all have small differences on stuff, but that's on cursory stuff. That's on secondary stuff, right? That's on speculative information, and whatnot, stuff that we can't prove yet, right? So that's a healthy thing. But on the stuff that we can prove, we don't disagree. None of us disagree. So I would definitely be curious to hear where you think we disagree, and I think that would help me understand your understanding of DNA as well, because we definitely understand it differently, and I would love to hear what persuaded you to go with the autosomal model. But that said, there's a couple things I do want to clear up. I'm not going to go into the whole thing. I'm definitely gonna review the article probably tomorrow, because there's a million things I'm trying to do right now. And I'm probably going to make a small little series for Judah in his crew and whatnot, because I got a lot of respect for the Torah Nights and whatnot. You can go on my channel and see a couple of good long conversations with me and Judah from years ago and whatnot. We don't agree with each other on everything and whatnot, but we where we disagree, we respectfully disagree. Like you're not seeing me calling them crazy names. You're not seeing them calling me crazy names. He's just saying we need to debate the information, right? Which is definitely not an issue. But yeah, I would love to see what persuaded him about the autosomal argument, because there's reasons why we don't use it for tracing lineage. Our concept is that haplogroups are best for tracing paternal and maternal lineage, like the father's 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 father, or your mother's 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 mother, etc. That autosomal DNA is best for tracing admixture events, and admixture amongst different population groups or whatnot. And that you use material culture to prove what people were doing when. And so we make various arguments using each to prove a lot of different things. We don't just use haplogroups by itself for anything. We use haplogroups for lineage claims, right? We use haplogroup for lineage claims and whatnot. And so Judah, like you were just on, and feel free to jump on. I know you got a debate, but there's the links in the chat if you want to jump on. You were just on Vocab show. If you go on there when me and Ibri were on there, you can see us making multiple arguments. So you'll see me, for instance, make an argument for how autosomal DNA can be used to prove sub-Saharan African admixture amongst the Jewish population, potentially going back to the founding event of Israel or whatnot, right? You'll see that we use that as a potential proof for the Bible in and of itself, using sub-Saharan African DNA as a proof for the Bible and the founding event of the nation of Israel. And you'll see that vocab was like, oh, that's a dope argument. Okay, I'll accept that. You're talking about a proof for the Bible, you know. And then you also see us make a haplogroup argument for why assuming that the Kohen modal haplotype is the haplogroup of the Levites. We make a haplogroup based argument as to why that's not the case, and based on lineage, etc., and why a haplogroup E cannot be ruled out. Shout out to the OG Sean Harris. I see him right there. Hold on, let me switch this up. Bam. Something we don't say is the haplogroup of the Negro, which is something I kept hearing Judah say. That's a paradigm we don't use, because something we clarify is that there is no Negro haplogroup. African Americans have a multitude. We got just as many, if not more, haplogroups as Ashkenazi Jews and whatnot. Everybody in Yap Gang don't share the same haplogroup. For instance, Sean Harris is E1B1A, I'm EM132. We're both, yeah, but we're not the same. We're not the same haplogroup. We have different paternal lineages and whatnot. When you go back far enough, we do connect. But we don't say that there's one Negro haplogroup. That's one thing we don't say. So I wanted to clear that up. And if you think that's what we're saying, I would love to hear where you thought we were saying that. Something that you said that I wanted to acknowledge and whatnot is Zaya was on, because I heard Zaya do it. Zaya was on your channel breaking down like you were saying how you can trace haplogroup E to the Afro-Asiatic languages and whatnot, right? And he was breaking down the concept of what Proto-Semitic was and whatnot. And did a pretty decent job, I ain't gonna lie. But understand, he got that argument from Yap. He got that directly from Ivory. So we use, again, language, material, culture, whatnot to also make arguments and whatnot. So there's a lot of reasons why our model looks the way it does, and it's not just based on using haplogroups in and of itself. Shalom, what's good, OG? You want to say something?
Yeah, was good, was good. All right, I'm just walking in. I understand there was a little controversy going on. Somebody looking for a debate or something like that. What's going on? I know you was letting us know this from earlier through the Yap Gang string.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just catching up right now. I know I missed a lot of the live, so I'm just catching up. What's going on? What's going on? I see a few people
His
in
brother
the
Natzarah from the Torah Knights and whatnot. He was embracing the Aaron Hike autosomal model, and he was saying that he believes that's superior to the model that we use in these haplogroups, etc., whatnot. And he wanted to debate me and Yeshua on that. And so I've been knowing Judah for a long time, so it ain't no beef kind of a thing. He was saying that he thought the El Hike model was superior. D Red jumped on when he went live and whatnot and tried to give him some info on how we see things and whatnot. Shout out to D Red for that. Yeah, I think it's a good moment for getting some information out there. I think we can get a lot of good info out there because Judah has a good audience of like. So Judah's a Torah only Israelite that's like got. When you listen to him talk, he sounds like he has a lot of stuff that's similar to One West, but some of it's not. But he does deal with the whole you are who your father is and whatnot in the Negro concept. So he uses like a whole a phenotype concept to identify and other things to identify and the curses and other things to identify Israel and whatnot. And so he's appealing to the autosomal concept along with that. We obviously don't do the phenotype thing. And so I think it'll be a good opportunity to clear that up with a crowd that's very similar to a One West crowd.
No, this is good because first of all, I want to say the same thing. There's a few brothers over at with that run with the Torah Knights that we're really cool with. I mean, but this conversation needs to be had because there's a lot of people running around still pushing Aaron L. Hike's you know, his studies on Ashkenazim and Khazars and once we run through this, you're gonna have a full understanding that y'all need to put all of that down. If this debate ever goes through, or even if it's just a discussion, however they want to do it, because yeah, this is getting out of control because we got moderates holding on to that particular viewpoint that Aaron L. Hike has, Dr. Aaron L. Hike has, you know, just Israelites from across the spectrum is just, they just want to hold on to this. Pacrasino, it's a few of y'all still out there holding on to this, and it's mostly because of colorism and y'all just don't want the Ashkenazim to be part of anything close to anything that, has to do with Israel. And you guys are in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, that's facts, and that's why I'm curious to see what drew Judah to the concept because I think you're 100% correct. I think the singular reason that we keep finding this consistent with most people holding on to the argument is that they want to do so in order to prove that the Ashkenazi Jew can't be Jewish in some way, shape, or form, right? And so, to me, that's a sad argument to be making in 2024, because at this juncture, you're trying to prove who you are by who someone else is not, right? And there's better ways to, like, if you want to prove that you're Hebrew, there's better ways to make the argument. Like I was referring to when Meany went on to Vocab's channel, right? Vocab was basically understanding, like, basically we're making a small argument that like on just on the Ham, Shem, and Japheth's concept, right? Like, even though, for instance, that me and Sean Harris might have different haplogroups, we're both E, right? And in our concept, that makes us both Shemitic. Like, we're not saying it makes us both Israelite. No. But it definitely puts us on that Shemitic tree, right? And in our model. And this is something that I think would be interesting to really sit down and talk with Judah, because Judah, he lives in Japan, right? His wife is Japanese, his children are half Japanese. Shout out to shout out to the kids.
There's a lot of yap running around over there. Haplogroup
No,
E,
that's what I'm
yap.
saying, bro. Like, and so I's family comes from an old clan, bro. Like, I promise, like, no, like his wife's family comes from an old Japanese clan. I promise you, Pop. Like the kid's grandfather is haplogroup D. You know what I'm saying? And so something that Judah talks about, because we've been talking for years and whatnot. Something Judah got into. He was like, man, when I started studying Japanese culture, he was like, it matches up to Israelite culture. And so he was talking about something that we like talking about was like he would talk about the concept of Shinto and Shintoism, and he's like, I think Shinto is like the way of Shem. He's like, that Shin, I think, is the, because like N and M can interchange in a lot of languages and whatnot. He was like, I think that Shin is Shem, and this is in the toe is like the way of, like, is this the way of Shem, I think. And so, really, on that concept, like, this is the, like, we were just talking about haplogroup DOG, right? And so like this plays into what Judah already believes in a sense, right? He, like, so the one thing where he differs with One West is he doesn't believe that, like, the Chinese and Japanese are Ammonites and Moabites. He thinks that they're Canaanites. He thinks that they're Sinites, right? But he thinks that but he doesn't think that they're Moabites and Ammonites or whatnot, right? But he also thinks that there's some connection to Shem in some way, shape, or form based upon their practice and whatnot. And so, what he doesn't know, or he may understand, and he may not understand, is that haplogroup D is cousins to haplogroup E based upon the model that we look at, right? And that's what D-Red was trying to break down in terms of like, no, we use haplogroup clusters and whatnot, right? And so I think if we really slow this down, this could be a good educational moment for a lot of people, because a lot of there's a lot of people that listen to from the One West variety that listen to Tornites and the Judah and whatnot. And so I think this would be a fantastic opportunity to clear that stuff.
No, I agree 100%. And just for clarity, I want to make sure that the brother understands that Judah understands that, haplogroup D, even though they're Semitic, like we have this in the Israelite spectrum. We seem to have this, everything has to correlate with Israel, right? Israel is way down the line from Shem. So you're going to have Semitic populations, in different areas. Israel doesn't come until later. So what I heard you say that he said something to the effect of, he thinks that there's some Japanese cultures, or in the Japanese culture, that there might be Israel. Well, I would beg to differ, because haplogroup D
No,
has been.
not Israel. He says like a connection to Shem. Like, so he notices
Oh,
like
okay.
like, so for instance, like he goes specifically into Shintoism, and he's like, yeah, there's aspects of this because that's the oldest religion that's in Japan and whatnot, right? And so he's
Right.
like, he was looking at the name because Judah gets into a lot of linguistic arguments and whatnot, right? And so he was looking at the word Shinto, and it's Shinto, and the toad always, it typically it denotes like the way of something, right? In
Right.
And so he was saying that word Shin, it has a word, it has the meaning of spirit or whatnot, but he was like, I also think like it could mean like because N and M, those two letters are interchangeable in a lot of languages and whatnot. So he I remember him making the argument was that he believed that it was actually it meant Shemto, the way of Shem, right? And so that actually plays into the greater argument that you're talking about there. Like not all Shemites are going to be Israelites and whatnot, but there might be some common threads in culture and whatnot, right? And like getting into material culture argument, this gives us the opportunity to argue this from the multiple angles that we argue things from.
Agreed, agreed. The Shemites or haplogroup D was in Japan from around uh, early studies would say 12,000 years ago, but later studies are saying like 16 to 18,000 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
that they made their way east, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So this would be a great learning lesson, or a teaching moment, like you said. It would be a great teacher moment because we've been doing this for a while, and for this discussion or debate to happen would be perfect because, like you said, the spectrum of people that are watching, the different spectrum of Israel, like that's watching, are going
Mm-hmm.
to be able to get a full diet of who Shem is, who this small population out of the Shemites would only be Israel. It's a small population of Shemites that would be Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, this is perfect.
So we got somebody just popped up, says Bo's channel. Uh, Shalom, if it moves this.
Peace, peace, peace. Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been trying to catch up to y'all for a minute now. Y'all did a video about me a couple of weeks back. My name is Israelite William. So I made a post saying that I believe that King James was a king over Judah and Jerusalem. And y'all was talking crazy, calling me all kinds of names. Do y'all recall that? Was one of y'all on there?
Now, I don't know if I was on that one, but I do remember that post, and you did reach back out and say that you wanted to clarify what it is that you were, what you were saying in that post. You wanted to clarify that. You care to do that now?
Right, right. Not that I wanted to clarify what I was saying, because it was very clear what I was saying, but I just wanted to have this conversation. I don't think it was unclear. If you think something was unclear, you could definitely ask me.
So you said that King James, you're saying King James from the medieval King James was the king of Israel at what particular time, bro?
First of all, I don't believe in medieval times. That's number one. Number two, I don't believe that King James, whose name is on the Bible, is from England or that he's white or any of those things. I don't subscribe to the white man's history. And one more thing, what I stated clearly, which y'all read, is or whoever was doing the video, this is my belief. So just like y'all get on here and state y'all beliefs based on like when we dealing with beliefs, right? One thing you know is that you know you live in your house, you drive your car, or things like that. These are things you know. You know that cars exist. You know that your neighbors exist. Those are things you know. But when we get into what happened 500 years ago and 1,000 years ago, those are beliefs. None of us can prove any of those things. So therefore, we had to have faith in someone or something. And so when I say I believe this or believe that, that's because I have faith in what's written in the Bible. So when other people might say they believe that 500 years ago that King James was the king over England, that's a belief based on faith in what white people teach.
All right, understood. So, you're saying that King James was in the Bible, as being the
No,
king of Judah.
I
Is
didn't say it
that's
was in the
that's what I
Bible.
remember.
No, I didn't say it was in the Bible. I said I believe that the king who was prophesied in Deuteronomy 28 to be carried into captivity with the Israelites is the King James, whose name is on the Bible. That's my belief.
Okay. Um, do you have? It's just a belief. It's no. You have no sources for this. No anything. We
My
have.
source, my source is the Bible.
All right. Well, that's what I asked you. Is this in the Bible? Like you're saying, you have to show
What it
me. You have
says,
to.
right? What it says in the Bible is that us and our king will be carried into captivity with us, and also what it says is that our captivity would last for 400 years. And so, based on those things, and also what it says in the Bible is that every king over Israel was required by the law of Moses to write his own copy of the book of the law, which was from the writings that was before the Levites, the priests. So, those three things, along with the fact that we are here in captivity, leads me to believe that King James was a king over Israel who wrote his own copy of the book of the law.
All right, bro. So I'm trying to keep up with you here. Um, you have to you have to qualify your statements, bro. Like I can't just go off of what you believe.
When you say qualify my statements, be specific. What you mean by that? Do you mean that you need me to find a white person that agrees with me?
You can find a black person. I don't care where you find them from, but it has
So
to be source material.
so I have to have a source that what qualifies as a source, brother?
Something other than what you're telling me.
So the Holy Bible, which is my belief, doesn't qualify as a source.
Again, so show me in the Bible where it says that King James would have been taken into the slave trade and that he would have been our king.
All right, let me say this one more time. The prophecy of Deuteronomy 28 is that us and our king will be carried into captivity with
Okay, you
us.
have to qualify for me that that was King James.
No, I don't have to qualify. I can tell you simply that my belief is that that was
All right, well,
possibly
that's not
King
enough
James.
for me. Maybe for other people
It
that
doesn't
would be.
have to be
So,
enough for you. Do you even believe in the
bro,
Bible?
all right. So
Do you believe
again,
in the Bible?
yes, I do.
Okay, so let me ask you something. So you believe that this is the 400-year captivity that I was prophesied in the Bible?
So we're going to the 400-year captivity now. Okay.
I'm asking you a yes or no question, brother. Do you believe that? Because you ask me a question, I can give you an answer. So I'm not going to dance around your question. So do you believe that this
You
is the
didn't give me an
400-year?
answer. You are dancing around it because you're giving me nothing, but you're telling me you're not
Brother,
showing
I
me any
told you my
scripture,
belief.
disqualify anything. You haven't shown me
I
any
just
scripture
gave
that
you. I
shows
just
that
told you
King
three
James.
things that's in the Bible, brother. And I told you that I never said King James' name was mentioned in the Bible. Now I'm asking you a simple
You
question.
said that your
Do you
wait, wait,
believe
wait.
that
No,
the
we're not
400-year
gonna ask
captivity?
questions upon questions. We're gonna deal with what you said first. We're gonna qualify that first. We're gonna try to figure this out, and I'm willing to walk with you. So let's deal with that first. Let's deal with that first before you start asking me any questions, because you're the one who came up here and brung this up that King James. You said that his name is not in the Bible. You're not saying that his name was there, but you are claiming that he would have been the king that came over with us
Now let me
in the
say this
slave trade.
again. All right, now let me say this again. I believe that King James was possibly the last king of over Judah who was carried into captivity with us. Also, it's possible that he wasn't the last king. It was possible that he was a king prior to the last king, or
So what do
sometime
you have
prior
to
to the last
qualify
king.
that for me? What do you have to give me some? It doesn't. You don't have to 100% prove it. Give me some evidence. It's like we're in court.
Okay,
Show
now
me
let
some
me tell you
evidence.
again. Let me give you this evidence one more time.
Bro, what you're giving me right now is not enough.
You're asking me a question. You want me to answer you or not?
You answered me like 5 times. You're not giving me.
Okay,
You're
so
not
why you keep asking the same question then? I'm gonna ask you the question.
because you haven't.
Who
No, you're
who,
not
who
answering me any questions until we get to the bottom of this. I'm not.
what
You
bottom? You
have to
asked me a
qualify.
question and I
You
answered
have
you.
to
What's
qualify.
the
You have
bottom?
to help me. You have to help me understand. You have to help walk me. All right. You could get up here and get agitated if you want.
I'm not
But what?
agitated, brother.
All right. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to walk me through this. All right. Because I'm willing to listen. I have no problem. I'm not saying maybe you're right. but you have to give me some evidence for it outside of you
Okay.
believe and it's possible. You have to help
Okay.
me.
Now,
Some some
okay. First of all, neither one of us can prove anything that supposedly happened 500 years ago or 400 years ago. All we can do is rely on beliefs, which is what belief in history and ancient history is, and belief in scripture is. It's all belief. So you
It's not
asking me to
all
prove
belief.
a
It's
belief?
not all belief. There has to be some kind of
Give me an
concrete
example of what's
evidence.
not
You
a
have to
belief.
have some evidence, bro.
What
If
do
I'm
you
in
have
court,
concrete
I can't
evidence
go
of?
off of if I'm in court, I can't go
We
off of what I believe you did. I have to
Yeah, right,
go
but we
with
not in
if
court,
what
brother. We
president.
not in court.
This is basically it's like a court. You have to qualify what you're saying to me. I'm not just going to take what you're saying as if.
So would that make you the judge? So if this is court, would that make you the judge?
Wait a minute, hold on. I'm not
I'm
saying I'm a
asking
judge.
you.
I said I'm little. Wait, slow down.
You
Because
slow
you
down,
right
brother.
now. All right, you know what? You out of here. I'm done with you, bro.
Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch ass nigga.
Get over, nigga. I live right in New York City, bro. You can see me whenever you
I'll
want,
be in New York. Listen. I'll be in New York every other week. I'll be in New York every other week, brother.
bro. All right, where you be
We
at?
can meet in New York. You want my number? We can meet in New York and talk face to face, brother.
All right,
I
so I
come
tell
to
you what.
Queens
Drop it
every
in the
other
back
week.
chat. Drop your number in the back chat. I promise I'll call
I'm
you,
gonna tell you it right now. 570-328-4569. Call me right now. We can meet up face to face anytime you want.
bro.
I'm a
Drop it
face
in
to
the
face
back
type of
chat.
person anyway.
Drop it in
Listen,
the back
brother, I'm
chat, and
not
we
getting
can
in the
have this
back chat.
discussion.
Listen, I'm telling you live. 570
All right, so
328
it's here. I got
45.
it. It's here. It's on record.
You got my
I
number?
got it. Yeah, it's on
All right.
record.
Call me
All right,
anytime
have a
you
good
want,
day.
brother. I'm
No
in New
problem.
York mostly on Thursdays, brother. We can meet face
All
to
right,
face
cool. No
anytime you
problem.
want, brother. I'm a
Yes,
face
we
to
can do
face
that.
type of person.
I am
You
too.
understand that?
All
All
right,
right, so cool. So we should meet face to face then. Yeah, I
no
gave my
problem.
number to the whole world. That's what I just
No
did.
problem. No problem.
All right. So
No
since
problem.
you want to talk to face talk, I'm face to face status
All
all
right,
day
you
long,
said you was
brother.
face to face. I'm
Okay.
telling you, you started with that.
All you
I'm
gotta
just
do is
letting
give
you
me.
know
Oh, no, no,
that
no,
we
no,
can
no.
meet up.
You told me you in New York. So therefore,
Okay? Because why I
so
told you that? Well, why did I
I'm
say
only
that?
2 hours. I'm from Queens,
Why did I
brother.
say that? Okay. Why did I say that?
From Queens because you was kicking me out the chat, and I said, "Fuck you, you bitch
All right,
ass nigga," and I tell
all
you
right.
that to your
So
face.
okay.
All you
All
gotta
right.
do is call me. We can meet up in Queens.
No
Wherever we can
problem,
meet up
bro.
anywhere in New York, brother. I
No
drive. I
problem,
come
bro.
to New York every other week, brother.
No problem, bro.
We can meet up anytime you want. How
No
about
problem,
that?
bro.
You got my
No
number,
problem.
so call
I
me.
got it. I got it.
Don't just tell me you in New York. Call me. I'm gonna expect a
Bro,
call. What's
I
your
got
name?
it. I heard you. You finished?
What's your name? Call me. Call me, brother. Let's meet up face to face, and you can go live and film the meetup if you want to.
Bro. All right.
How about
Okay.
that?
No problem.
Okay.
All right.
Since we can't respect each other over computer, let's see if we can respect each other face to face,
Bro.
like two grown men.
Okay.
You know,
No
you don't
problem.
have to disrespect me. Disrespect me to
Okay.
my face.
I
You
ain't
talking about the
disrespecting you.
Bible? You talking about you
Bro,
out
I
of here?
ain't disrespecting
Come
you.
on, man. You talking about I'm
Man, go
out of
ahead.
here? Like what you mean I'm out of here,
Yeah, you
man?
out of
Y'all
here.
made a whole
It's our
video
channel.
talking
You
about
out.
me. What?
Because
Yeah,
I
I'm out
actually
of here. So
qualify
cool.
something. I actually
Since you can
qualify
say
So
I'm
something
out
you
of
can't
here,
do it.
I can
real
say
quick,
fuck you,
nobody
you
booted you
bitch
off.
ass nigga. And I'm
Real
always in
quick,
All right.
Queens.
nobody
I'm
booted you
I'm
off.
always
leaving you right. I'm leaving you
so
right here. I'm
fuck
letting you
you,
rock.
you
I'm
bitch
letting you
ass
rock.
nigga. You
All
got
right.
my number, bitch ass nigga. Fuck
All
you.
right. All right. All right. Let's continue with what we're doing.
Well, that was productive. But anyway, when it comes to the Judah Tank fam, uh, yeah, I said all I'm gonna say on this joint. I'm probably gonna review that article tomorrow or another day because uh, there's definitely some problematic things in the article and a lot of arguments from silence in the article need to get pointed out and whatnot. But I wanted to just clarify a couple of things from the YAG game position and whatnot, and what we do believe and what we don't believe, and also just let people know this ain't a beef thing, and it's a good opportunity to get some information out. So stay tuned. I'm sure um, you'll be seeing more from us dialoguing with Judah, etc. Anything you want to say, Avery? Hebrew is playing video games while washing dishes. I got it. No worries. But with that, fam,
You finished the video? Everything's you finished the video?
yeah, it's all done.
Oh damn, I missed the whole joint. All right. But yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
we can.
he just read an article from that has some hike information, and he took his stance saying that we're all the way wrong. He was thinking that he gave his understanding of what we believe. D-Red jumped on and tried to correct some information and whatnot, and Judah was in the chat earlier, but he got to go he has a debate with vocab in a little while, so he jumped off. I was hoping he was going to jump on so we could talk for a quick second. He was thinking that we all disagree on our conclusions and whatnot. Like, no, that's not how this works. We actually agree on the conclusions and whatnot. We disagree on some, like the conclusions and the stuff we can prove. The stuff we can't prove is what we may have disagreements on. Them kind of things. But
All right.
yeah, that's all. Nothing
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, have a good one, fam.